Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Today, we're taking a really close look at a hidden mechanic inside everyday home systems. It's something you probably never even think about, but honestly, you absolutely should, because it literally has a massive impact on your home's overall efficiency. We're pulling directly from the latest research on motor efficiency to break down exactly what is happening right there behind the vents in your house. Now, you might be wondering, did you know your air conditioner could be wasting electricity without you even realizing it? It's a super frustrating thought, right? You set your thermostat, the air kicks on, and you just naturally assume everything is working as efficiently as possible. But behind the scenes, your AC or ventilation system might be secretly draining your wallet. Yep, we're zeroing in on a hidden culprit that's spinning that electricity meter completely unnecessarily, turning what should be a cool, comfortable home into a quiet, continuous drain on your resources.
So, the crucial point is that traditional motors run at full speed all the time. Literally all the time, even when it's totally not needed. Just think about how absurd that concept is when you apply it to anything else. Like, imagine driving your car, right? And you only have two options. You're either completely parked or you are flooring the gas pedal at absolute maximum speed. No in between. That is exactly what these older traditional motors are doing inside your cooling systems. They just blast at maximum capacity constantly. They just don't know how to step down. If your home just needs a tiny bit of air circulation to maintain a nice, comfortable temperature, well, too bad. The traditional motor goes full throttle anyway, and you end up burning maximum electricity.
And this brilliantly illustrates a really stark contrast in technology. It's like a night and day difference. On one hand, you have the traditional motor. It's a massive energy consumer that fundamentally relies on an obsolete, all-or-nothing approach. But on the other hand, we have the ECM motor. This right here represents actual smart technology. Instead of that clunky, brute force approach, we get auto-speed control. It's the highly efficient, modern alternative that actually adapts to the situation at hand.
Okay, let's demystify that acronym right now. ECM. It stands for Electronically Commuted Motor. Simply put, this is a smart motor that adjusts its speed automatically based on your exact needs. Honestly, this is its core superpower. Rather than blindly blasting at full capacity all the time, an ECM can automatically step down or ramp up its speed perfectly matched to what your home actually requires in that precise moment. The digital nature of this smart motor means it's always calculating, it's always adapting, it's ensuring that not a single watt of electricity is wasted pushing air that simply doesn't need to be pushed. Now, what's really interesting about all this is how that single superpower, the auto speed control, translates into three highly tangible, satisfying perks for you. First off, lower electricity bills, because the motor isn't always just screaming at full speed. You are actively saving energy, and naturally, you're keeping more money in your pocket. Second, quiet operation. When a motor isn't constantly forced to hit maximum RPMs, your home stays incredibly peaceful. You don't get that loud hum. And third, a longer lifespan. It makes sense, right? Less mechanical strain and friction from constantly running at top speed means the equipment simply lasts longer. It's just a really practical, straightforward engineering advantage.
Let's move on and see how this builds into the real world. Where do you actually find this smart technology working behind the scenes? Well, ECMs are already the backbone of modern air conditioners and comprehensive ventilation systems. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky experimental tech reserved for industrial labs. This is the new standard for residential climate control. If you've ever walked into a newer modern home and noticed how perfectly maintained the temperature is, completely without the loud roaring of a fan turning on and shutting off all day long, well, you're experiencing the quiet efficiency of an ECM at work.
When you look at the stark contrast between a traditional motor blindly wasting power and an ECM dynamically adjusting to save you energy, the evolution of home tech becomes incredibly clear. Upgrading to this smart technology really is the smartest choice you can make to start saving energy today. But it also begs a much bigger question. If our homes are getting this smart behind the vents, what other invisible systems in our daily lives are still stuck running at full speed, just waiting to be upgraded?